Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. Another weekend is upon us and this one will be dominated, at least time-wise, by the Motorsport games that will be going on all weekend. I'm not going to do predictions for the games as I don't want to pick 26 different winners, but I will give you a sneaky little prediction for the nation that will win the most medals on the medals table. I think it'll be Germany, who'll get the most golds from Sweden and Spain. Now on to the business of last weekend's predictions. How did I get on? Did I get more than 2 right? Well, sort of. Technically, Francesco Simonazzi and Fernando Barrichello didn't cross the line first. Yvonne David did. But he was only a guest driver and didn't count. So Barrichello and Simonazzi get the wins. So I got somewhere between 2 and 4. Let's call it a solid 3. Not too much to predict for this weekend. We have Formula 1 with the Mexican Grand Prix, Supercars and the Gold Coast 500 from Surfers Paradise, Stock Car Pro from El Pina in Uruguay, NASCAR with the Straight Talk Wireless 400 from Miami, and the final races of Formula Regional European of 2024 from Monza. So with all that, leave your predictions down below and let's jump into the video. The Mexican Grand Prix is a strange one. Since it returned to the calendar in 2015, only 3 drivers have won: Nico Rosberg, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Max especially has taken an incredible 5 wins since 2017. Even before Red Bull were top dogs, he was conquering Mexico. And as we saw last time out in Texas, Max did seem a lot more on the pace. Yes, he lost out to Ferrari and almost Lando Norris, but he was on the front row and on pace with the leading cars. That is a step forward. But once again, I'm not picking him as my winner because every race where he has come in with a record-breaking run of wins, like the Dutch Grand Prix or COTA, he has lost in 2024. I would love to suggest Sergio Perez for the win. A win in his home race would be a great way to end his Formula 1 career, and I do think his career is coming to an end. But he is so far off the front of the field, I just can't see him finishing higher than 5th. He's also never finished higher than 3rd in Mexico, and he was in much better form back in 2021-2022. Ferrari were superb in Texas, a first 1-2 finish for a long time, but Ferrari have only won in Mexico twice before: Jackie Ickx in 1970 and Alain Prost in 1990. This is not a track that has been kind to them. But to be fair, Mexico was off the calendar when Ferrari were in their golden era. And as for Mercedes, where they were clearly the 4th best team in America, and I'm not making the same mistake again by backing them, so it has to be McLaren. I'm going for a Lando Norris win, fired up by his penalty in Austin and in the quickest car in the field. This will be Norris's 4th win in Formula 1, a first for a McLaren in Mexico since Ayrton Senna. I do think Max Verstappen will grab pole and finish 2nd ahead of both Ferraris, Sergio Perez, Oscar Piastri and the Mercedes duo. Sneaking into the points will be Kevin Magnussen and Yuki Tsunoda, and the majority of the back markers will finish in their usual positions. Making it even more interesting is a forecast for showers throughout the weekend in Mexico. Has there ever been a wet Mexico Grand Prix? Regardless, by the end of this race, we will know what the title picture for the last few races will be and how close the chase for the Constructors' title is going to be in the final 4 races. Hopping over to Australia, the Bathurst 1000 was a bit of a bore. So can Supercars redeem itself with 2 races from Surfers Paradise. Sadly, I think the Chaz Mostert train has lost steam and we are heading to a Will Brown title win. He has a race points advantage over his teammate Brock Feeney and will bring himself closer to title glory by taking a win in one of the Gold Coast 500 races. The other will go to Cam Waters. Currently 4th in the championship, he could have a late season push for 2nd, which would be the 3rd time he's finished runner-up in the championship. I just hope the racing at Surfers Paradise is a lot better than the racing at the Bathurst 1000. Now heading back to the Americas and Brazilian Stock Car Pro from El Pina in Uruguay, the 2nd and last away day for Brazilian stock cars in 2024. 6 races left and Felipe Massa has a slim lead in the championship, but about half the field are still in with a chance of winning the title, and almost all the field can still mathematically win. Picking 2 winners is incredibly tough, as you can always close your eyes and pick at random. Let's say Dudu Barrichello and Rafael Suzuki both have been near the top of the championship this year, both have had some bad luck, and both could potentially still win the championship a week before Christmas when this series comes to an end. NASCAR from Miami next, and we only have a few races left in the NASCAR calendar. Can one of the playoff winners take the win here? I think so. I'm going to go for Denny Hamlin to take the win, becoming the first 4-time winner of this race and booking a place in the Final 4. It is going to be another tough one for Kyle Larson, putting him in a bit of jeopardy as we get near to losing 4 more drivers a week later. I expect this to be another tough one for the majority of playoff contenders. No more than 4 will be in the top 10. Finally, we have Formula Regional Europe. Rafael Camara won the championship before we got to Monza, so he ends his time in this series with 2 final races in Italy. I don't think he'll take a win this weekend, nor will Tuukka Tarpinen, whose championship has kind of fallen apart in the last few rounds. The talented Danish youngster Noah Stromstedt will take his first win of the year, as will McLaren Jr. and constant disappointment Ugo Ugochukwu. Ugochukwu will be in Formula 3 next year, and he really needs to prove he belongs, because I cannot remember the last time I saw a good performance from him. Outside of a few okay Formula Regional appearances, he's been pretty bad. Primo will do well in Formula 3, but can Ugochukwu keep that trend up, or is he the next Dino Bogdanovic? So that is all the racing of note this weekend, other than the Motorsport games. If you want some quick gold medal picks, Yvonne David for Formula 4, Ignacio Montenegro in the touring cars, Daniel Juncadella in the GT Sprint, and just about anybody can win anything else. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. I'm still looking to do better than 2, but maybe you can do much better and get all of them right. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my roundup next week, where we will look at all the results from these predictions and more motorsport content to come. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.